evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dear Lydia, Soulful Sunday Conversations. I am your host, Deanna Moore Taylor, and I would like to welcome you to another eventful, amazingly planned episode where we are going to be celebrating Small Women's Business Month for the month of October. There are so many things going on this month. Who knew that this month had so many themes? And we're going to touch on each of those themes within the next couple of episodes. The theme for October is Lydia. Secure your bag and mind your business. The referencing scripture to that is Proverbs 16:3. You can go ahead and read that at your leisure, but that is our theme. We are going to be talking about everything this month. We will be posting different tidbits on how to secure your bag for those who are in business, those who aspire to become entrepreneurs. We will be talking about that intensely this month. As you know, one of the pillars of the Lydia Leader Project, which is what this show is based upon, is the biblical character Lydia, who was the master entrepreneuress in the Bible. And she was definitely one who secured her bag, helped her community, and was a believer and a worshiper of God. And that's what we are about. So, without further ado, let's get to the Sunday announcements, and then we will bring our speaker, who is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait until you guys meet this powerhouse. Oh my gosh. Let's get started. All right. So the Sunday announcements are as follows. Again, we were talking about the oils. Remember, we have come out with the Dear Lydia anointing oils. We have oils to help with trauma and emotional healing, physical healing. For those who are dealing with physical ailments, we have anointing oils for that. We have oils for those who just want to receive a blessing. And for those who want to work on and pray about family and relationships. If you are having issues with family members, if you just want to strengthen your family circle, the oil is there for you to use. These are made from 100% essential oils. They are the purest form of oil. A lot of them have come from the Holy Land, and they are oils of ancient scripture, which are the purest oils that you can use. You can find out information on our Facebook page about the anointing oils, and we look forward to you using these. As we stated in last show, for the month of October, because this month is also Pastor's Appreciation Month, which is also tied into the Lydia Leader Project. For those of you who would like to bless your pastor, we are giving a sample size oil free at no cost to anyone who is a pastor or serves in some kind of ministry leadership. If you would like an oil to bless your pastor or ministry leader, or if you would like one for yourself, please send an email to Deanna@DeannaMooreTaylor.com, and we will get that out to you. Also, we want to continue to celebrate and honor the 2022 class of Conversation and Leadership Award honorees. We have decided, because of everything that is going on, we are going to do a virtual conversation and leadership. We have been not successful finding the venue that I feel is deserving for these honorees. So we are going to do this virtually with a formal ceremony at our conference, which is planned for the month of March 2023. More information will be out about that. So congratulations to all of our honorees. And if you have a woman that you would like to celebrate, somebody that you feel that have made a difference in our community, please give us a shout. We want to celebrate them. We are resuming conversation and leadership in 2023. This is a quarterly event. We kind of put it on hiatus due to COVID, but let's face it, this is where we're at. So we are not going to stop our show because of COVID. We are going to push past it, and we are going to continue our programming. So if you have somebody that you want to honor for one of our awards, we give out quarterly awards. Or if you have somebody that you feel should be on our platform as a speaker or as someone as a guest, feel free to give us a shout and we will bring them on. Also, before I forget, the Focus Women's Conference, save the date, be in the house on November 5th. Our previous guest, Minister Nichole Robinson, this is her event. Tickets are still on sale. Listen, you don't want to miss out on this. You want to be in the house. This is going to be a blessing. This is a powerhouse panel and a powerhouse of speakers and guests that are going to bless you indeed and help enlarge your territory. So please make sure that you are doing that as well. Also, I want to, first of all, as you can see, Lydia went pink. Purple is our color, but we are going pink today for breast cancer. My breast cancer pin was a little crooked. I was blessed to be able to walk in the empowerment walk hosted by Sean Literacy of Literacy in the Hood. It was a powerful walk. And as you know, this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Ladies, please make sure you are getting your mammograms on a regular basis, annually, especially if you are over the age of 40. They recommend that you get them annually at the age of 40, biannually at the age of 35, or if you are high risk. I have been getting mammograms since I was 35 because my grandmother was a 29-year survivor of breast cancer before she died in 2016. So it runs in my family. I have been getting mammograms, and I encourage every woman to make sure you're getting mammograms. There are going to be different organizations throughout the month of October in Northeast Ohio that will be hosting events where you will be able to get a free mammogram. So if you don't have insurance, you will be able, we'll post that throughout the month as well as we get information about organizations that will be hosting events and will be basically offering an opportunity for you to get your mammogram. Also, this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. As you probably know, domestic violence is one of our many philanthropic pillars that we work with and we give to on a regular basis. I don't need to go into the statistics. We know once every 2 minutes, a woman is being attacked by an intimate partner, meaning that it's somebody that they are in a relationship with or were in a previous relationship with. And every 8 minutes, a woman is dying of domestic violence. So please, 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 if you know somebody or if you are yourself in a situation where you are in domestic violence or domestic abuse, please contact the domestic violence hotline at 1-800-799-7233. I need to put my readers on because I'm a little older, y'all. 44 hit, and now I got to wear readers. So please reach out to the domestic violence hotline if you need help. Do not suffer this alone, and you do not have to suffer this in silence. Please, please, please save your life. Now, we've gotten through the heavy stuff. Are you ready for our guest? Let me tell you, this woman right here, this woman right here, this woman right here. First of all, I want you to please share this stream with everybody. Share this with everybody, tag people. I want to see these numbers go up. And please, please share this with your network. Nichole Woods is our guest. She is a retired educator and a lifelong resident of Cleveland, Ohio. How many of y'all want to retire from your job? I guess one day I'll retire. I'm not sure when. The date keeps getting higher and higher, and my patients keep getting lower and lower. But Nichole is a retired educator. She is the second oldest of 4 children, happily married to Joel Woods Sr., and she is the mother of 5 beautiful children. Now, here's where this gets amazing. She is a graduate of Shaw High School and Central State University. For God, for Central, for State. It is their homecoming weekend right now. I've been seeing the pictures. Y'all are having an amazing time. I love it. She has worked in several capacities, but she found her niche working in network marketing. And this is where her passions began to blossom and bloom. And she is now the ultimate entrepreneur. She is a business coach. I'm going to let you come on. I'm going to let her come on and tell her story. We are going to have an amazing conversation. Please give it up for a drum roll. Nichole Woods. What's up, Woods?
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everything is up. I'm telling you. Well, except for the wages, but everybody already knows that part.
What's up, Woods?
So listen, I am blessed. I'm wonderful. I do have to make a correction. I was like, oh no, I messed up in my own bio. Graduated from Shaw High School. Did not graduate from Central State. I went, but re-enrolling in January, going back to school. So you guys pray my strength in the Lord while we figure out what these dissertations and all these papers are going to look like. But, you know, it's a part of my goal. So I left my junior year for personal reasons, for family. And, you know, I'm going back and I'm showing my daughter that, you know, I'm not just going to walk the walk with her. Or talk the talk. We're going to walk the walk. We got to, you know, be what we say we're going to be and not just, you know, talk a good game. So I'm excited to be on here with you guys. And it's so crazy. Let me tell you something. When I received the call, so this is, I'm just, you guys don't even know. So I have a nickname for Dan, is DT. So when I got a call, and this is like my sister from another mister, I was so excited. And I'm like, you really want me to get on here? And what are we going? Because I know she and I can just start giggling and laughing, but then the numbers are going to go down because we're going to be the only ones that's going to know what we're laughing about. But she told me, she said, listen, you know, this is, I want you on for October. And I didn't really even know what we're going to be talking about at first. But it's 2 things that are near and dear to my heart. Domestic violence. You're looking at a domestic violence survivor. So I know exactly, you know, I could be a poster child. And it's crazy because I talk to my husband all the time and he says, man, I look at you sometimes. I even watch you when you sleep. And I'm like, did that really happen? Like, he knows it did. Like, well, everybody know, the police, everybody know what happened. But, you know, but he says, man, like who you are today. And I want to tell you ladies and you gentlemen on here, should not be who you were last year. It should not be who you were 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We should be forever evolving. Like, you know, if you're comfortable, you're dead, literally. So, you know, understanding that this is Domestic Violence Month, and I get to speak on this platform, you know, if we touch that subject. And then we're going to talk today about minding your own business. I tell people all the time, don't just mind, M-I-N-D, your own business, M-I-N-E, your own business too. So look, this is crazy. I'm going to show y'all something. This is my favorite hat in the whole wide world. And let me show you what it says. I'm going to put it on for a second. Maybe I'll leave it on. Y'all see that? Mind your business. My hat that I've had for years is mind your business. And look, God don't make no mistakes. He's always on time. He's ever present. And he's also a comedian. Who would have known that he would have had me on this platform where I get to talk to you guys about minding your business. So whatever
Listen.
we're going to talk about, wherever the Lord leads, I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. I forgot you had that hat too. Listen. Oh my goodness. So, who are you? You gave us a snippet of who you are, but who is Nichole Woods exactly? Like who are you?
Nichole Woods is saved by grace. Nichole Woods is a mother and a wife and a loyal friend. I'm an amazing sister. Um, I will take you out if you mess with my parents. What else? Who is Nichole? A hot mess. I'm
No, she's
just
not.
a lot of things. I am. I'm a business owner. I love helping people. Nichole Woods is energy and light. Nichole Woods is a lover of Jesus Christ. Um, I'm just I'm a whole bunch. I'm a whole lot. And I figured, to know me is to love me, and to not like me is your fault. So,
That's
but
true.
I I match your match, and I even will. My goal is to supersede it. So if you like yourself a lot, I'm gonna make sure I love you a lot. I love to see other people happy and being of service to people too. So that's who I am. I'm a giver.
Oh, and you are. She truly is. Everything that she just said, she is all that and more. She is a motivator. She's an encourager. She will get you all the way together if you need to get all the way together. She has gotten me together on many occasions. Okay. Taylor, what you doing? DT, what you doing? And you need those kind of people in your circle that will love you and get you together when you fall in astray. And I love that about Woods. I call her Woods. She calls me DT. Love that about her. So let's talk about your journey. So you talked about being a domestic violence survivor, and we've talked about your story many times, and like it's still, I'm like Joel, I'm like, oh my, I'm like brother, I'm like, wow, like to overcome all of that, to be where you are today. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
I grew up being a people pleaser, and I wanted to always make sure that everybody else was happy, and that didn't always um come out the way that I thought it should, because I had to constantly recreate who I was not to accommodate who people wanted me to be. Um, Molested as a kid. And so the things that you would love naturally about yourself, when somebody is touching you and telling you about the things that you should want to be like, oh, thank you. Or, I appreciate that when they say, oh, your eyes are beautiful, or your hair. But when that's happening and things, and that's not supposed to happen, and don't feel good, it's not the same. You kind of scale back and shell back right into the deeper parts of yourself. And so to compensate for that, to not let people know that I was broken and hurt and damaged and afraid and scared, I looked to be a people pleaser. Well, being a people pleaser, for me, it may not happen with everybody. And I'm going to take this hat off, but I'm afraid that my hair has now compensated to what's going on up under here, and I can't take it off. But let's keep moving. I digress. I wouldn't always tell the truth. I would embellish and make things look better to make you feel better, or whatever it is. And one thing about a lie, it always come out. So, by the time it did, then I'm looking crazy. I gotta re-lie. Is that a word? Make up something else to try to make you believe or feel or think that what I said in the beginning really was. It was just a
A
whole
lie,
lot.
a
And
lie on top of a lie.
yeah, like it's a really hard bed to sleep in. And I ended up having to, as I got older and I got counseling, because I understood, hey, listen, wake up, six, you got to do some things differently. And God is not pleased with who you are becoming, trying to please other people who at the end of the day don't really count. And if
That's
they did count, you don't have to lie to them. You don't have to recreate. You don't have to make up. You don't have to be somebody that you're not. So it's honestly, it took years of counseling, going back and apologizing to people. I spoke about this earlier this week. Some people forgave me, some people did not. And I had to be okay with that because I knew that my intention was pure when my apology took place, even though my intention wasn't always pure when I was lying. But here's the deal, too. Sometimes my intention was pure when I was. It was just, it had become second nature to me. It was what I knew how to do without even having to think about doing it.
Right.
So, when I got me all the way together, it was really because I had a little person looking at me for everything. And I was scared to death. How was this kid going? Now, look, you talking to somebody who in the field of education, talking about how this kid going to learn how to read? Who going to teach ABCs? And who going to do, because it's different when it's yours. And I understood at that time too, hey, listen, this is not what you want your daughter to see. You don't want her to see you putting on makeup to cover up anything. You, even a louder tone or curse words, or it's just things that you don't want her to see, and you don't need her to know. So I had to figure, what's the change that's going to take place? Because if it was just left up to Nichole Woods, praise God, I'm not a statistic, but I'm still the same person that can fight you like somebody in the street that didn't know you. So I was used to that cycle. That's not, it's not of God. It's not healthy, and I knew that it wasn't going to work for my daughter. So I
Right.
had to take a different step and move and shake and pivot a little differently. And so I went from that situation to working. And then you talk about becoming a business owner. I had to take that same faith, that same leap of faith, going in 10 toes. For anybody that's out there right now, like, oh my God, I'm afraid to leave him. And it's some men out there being abused. I'm afraid to leave her. Who knows what's going to happen? You got to take that same leap of faith and understand something. Because we on here, this is Bible based right here. And anybody that's not on here that don't believe in God, just wait, he coming. We good. You got a little bit of time now. You ain't got a lot, but you got a little bit of time to get yourself together, Lord willing. I had to understand that God designed me to be great. So why was I living beneath his purpose?
That's a word right there. God designed each and every one of us to be great. And you and I have shared this. Like, we have similar, backgrounds and similar upbringings. Things happened to me as a young girl, and I just clammed up. I being a people pleaser, is part of that clamming up. You know what? Okay, I don't like this, but hey, I'm gonna just go with it, because if I raise my voice, or if I speak and say, hey, I don't like how this looks, I don't like
Mhm.
how I feel, oh God, I'll lose a friend, I'll lose him, I'll lose this. And at some point you have to get to the point where, you know what, if it's meant for me, it'll stay, and it'll understand my feelings. It'll
Mhm.
respect my perspective and respect me, be it that friend, that spouse, whomever it is. And if it doesn't, then it wasn't meant for me in the first place. Skedaddle, see you later. And yeah, I'll wait for the next best thing. And we just have to get to that point where we're okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And you mentioned something else. There are we concentrate and we focus so much on women being in domestic violence. And yeah, that is the highest statistics. But the worst sufferers are men. And I have learned that because of the macho mentality. I'm not going to be a man if I tell people what is happening to
Mhm.
me. A lot. And I actually met um a gentleman who was in a domestic violence situation, and he was just like, they were laughing at him, his friends, because they're like, man, why ain't you hit her back? And most men are like, man, I was taught never to hit a woman.
Yeah.
So, we really have to like pray for. And I grieve anybody that's in that situation, but especially, I just, we got to really pray for those who are in that situations. And those of you who are, look at Nichole. She is somebody that got out. She got out of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
She got out with her life. She was able to rebuild her life. I know it seems like you're scared and I don't know, I'm comfortable. The finances, he's the breadwinner, she's the breadwinner. Listen, God will take your mess, okay, and turn it into a mighty, mighty thing. He will turn it into a massive blessing if you're willing to walk away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
he'll bless that man for sure.
come on. He wants us to have happiness. He wants us to experience joy while we're on this side. And I don't like that whole thing of suffer. I don't buy the suffering ministry. I know that suffering will happen, but we don't have to stay in suffering. We don't have
Mm-hmm.
to live there. We don't have, that does not have to be my address. It's not going to be my address. So yeah. So
Right.
I mean, because some people make poverty their address.
Mm-hmm.
They make suffering their address, unhappiness, loneliness, all of those things that go against what God says in
Right.
the Bible that are his guaranteed promises for us. We're talking about mind your business and secure your bag this month.
Right. Right.
Okay. And minding your business is not just staying in your own lane. It's getting some business. It's starting your business. It's
Mm-hmm.
going into, if you're not meant to be an entrepreneur, it's you going on that job wherever you're at
Right. Absolutely.
and building your legacy there. That's minding your business.
Mm-hmm.
So, whoo, I
Listen,
could go on all day about that.
I used to laugh when I was younger. I used to think this was the funniest thing in the world. And I'm like, she gonna get fired. My mother used to have on her work computer, "This is not my home. I'm just passing through." And
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, they gonna fire her if they see this come on. When your screen time's out, and that would come on. And she said, "I got, she said, I'm never not gonna be grateful for the job that I have. I have bigger things that I'm supposed to be doing too."
Mm-hmm.
He didn't plan on just doing that one thing. And that sparked something in me saying, you don't have to just do one thing. If that's the case, some of us would just be mothers, but we would never be wives. Some of us would just be wives, but never be mothers. Some of us would just have jobs and never have businesses, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And as women, and I know there's some men on here too. Women are multifaceted. We wear every single hat that there is. We do every single thing that there is. We can have. It's just amazingly crazy, And so, I just never believed in being singular. I believed that my life was designed to be multifaceted. I'm supposed to be, tired from doing what I love to do, and I found that when I got started in my business, I wasn't tired at work anymore. It was just mundane. What I did start getting was a headache every time I would go in there, and that told me there's a shift. You got to do something different. When you find yourself getting sick, going into work, your head hurting, like, oh my God, it's time to pivot. It's time to shift. You got to do something different. And that may mean you may need to take another position at your job. It may mean you need to ask for something else so that you can continue to find that spark. For me, I knew that was not a place that I needed to be any longer. Because of an ailment I have, I was always in Cleveland Clinic. And anybody know about Cleveland Clinic? They don't have no world-renowned chefs. People don't like their food. Like, that's not why you. And so, when I was there, I had to understand that, my job said I was supposed to come back at this date. The doctor said another date. And the way that I was received when I came back, I understood I was just a number. Now, in my supervisor's mind, she may have just been doing her job. Like, we said such and such, or somebody may have told her a date and she had to stick with it. But how I was received when I got back let me know that I was just a number. And so I said, you got to do something different. And so when I saw, my business, I got started with a company called ACN, and I got a business within their business. I was like, man, this is crazy to me. I found it so super exciting only because of the services that they had. I'm like, everybody got to use it. This is like a no-brainer. So it moved me. But when I found out, and people laugh at me when I say this, when I found out that I could help people be able to do other things that they want to do because of that business, that was gratifying to me. I don't care about gas and electricity. There's some folks on here right now that's in ACN with me. I don't care about gas and electricity from ACN. I care about freedom that it allows me to have. That's just the platform. That's just the vehicle. Those are the services that are involved in me being able to do what I want to do or more of it. So I had to learn though, because I was so busy being busy. I had to prioritize. I had to focus. I had to learn how to be a business owner. I had to learn how to be an entrepreneur. Praise God for the system that's in place in ACN. I didn't know how to do any of those things. I had to learn how to pay taxes differently. Some people just say, oh, I'm going to go out and start a business. I'm going to go out and I'm going to do it. Listen, you going to work at the business than you would at a job.
Come on.
You the first to come in and the last to leave.
That part.
Even on Zoom.
That part. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur. I'm telling you, everybody they walking away from their jobs. And God did not tell you to walk away from your job, number one, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. Mm-hmm. You walked away from your job thinking, Facebook got everybody who's got businesses, got us all looking like we, richy rich and we this, we that, and the other. Man, listen. And for real, I gotta hire an accountant next year to do my taxes.
Friend, and that's something that I don't really care about for social media. Social media makes everything instant gratification. You didn't see the hard work that was put in behind the work that you see right now. I was having you guys see my nails? I love them. I was having a conversation with my nail tech. Her name is Brittany Foster at Polish, Polizhed. Can't nobody get no appointment in there. She just that dope. But I'm gonna go ahead and shout her out.
I've been trying to get an appointment. Listen,
she's a beast.
Before you continue, I've been trying to get an appointment with Brittany for 5 years.
She's a beast. Can't do it.
Tell her you got a sister. She got to squeeze us in. She got to squeeze in.
Mary, Jesus, and JoJo. I'm gonna do what I can, but I'm telling you, when I tell you that people don't understand this woman has been in business 22 plus years, and it took her 11 years to see a real profit. Mm-hmm. 22 years for the game to just now begin to step up the way that she wants to, where she can look at things differently. What people see is the personified image of success. People see, I don't know too much about them to talk about them because I honestly don't watch them. I don't, it's a little extra for me, but I can say the Kardashians. People want the Kardashian life. They still did work. Or they did the work before they did the work, but they doing the work now. It's still work being done. People just seeing the posh lipstick and the little bras and all the other. They're still doing work.
Yes. Behind the cameras. When the cameras are turned off, they are working. They're grinding.
It takes a lot to get a little. And some people aren't willing to do the work, or some people say they are ready to do the work. But when it comes down to do the work, they're not really ready to grind it out. They're not really ready for people to tell them no. They're not really ready for people to reject their proposal. They're not really ready to have to pay for an EIN number. They're not really ready to figure out how to do their taxes properly. They're not really ready.
Exactly.
But we want what comes with what looks like. It's work, man. It's work.
And here's the thing. What people also don't understand is, Nikki, they can't see you anymore.
Oh, let me see here.
You did go black.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're totally black.
Oh, wow. And it says my camera is open. Should I leave and come back?
Is your lights on?
Mm-hmm.
Are your lights on?
Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, I get them for free, but they are on. Business plug. I never won't do it. Should I leave and come back in?
Yes, leave and come back in.
I'm coming right back.
Okay. All right. So we had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Our guest will be right back on. But do you understand why she is so amazing? Really. This is why I'm telling y'all, women especially. Hey, Mama Donna. Um, please get you a strong sister circle. Get you
Mhm.
sisters that I'm telling you that are doing stuff, that are doing meaningful stuff, that are not just out here, fluffing it and faking it. Get you some people in your circle that got some substance for real. I
And
was
that
doing
will be real with
it
you.
and will be 100% real with you. But yes, in securing your bag and minding your business, understand that it's going to be some work. Let me tell you, okay? Everybody know my story. I've been owning businesses since I was, I don't know, 9, 10 years old. And real talk, I never thought about it as being an entrepreneur or being a business person. I never even thought about it as being a side hustle or anything. It was just doing what I like to do and getting paid for it. Okay, real talk. And it trickled into my adult life, doing what you like to do and getting paid for it. You're just doing it without somebody else signing your paycheck. You are controlling your coins, but you have to do it responsibly. And when I tell you, Woods and I, we've been talking for years. We have talked about this for years. If you don't have passion in what you do, you're going to fail. If you're in it for the coins only, you're not going to succeed. If you're in it for the passion and the purpose, the money, listen, my daddy used to tell me this. I make money. Money don't make me. So
Mhm.
he was saying, chase your dream and your passion, and the money will fall at your feet. When you're chasing the money, you are going to be burnt out, exhausted, and not even, and your purpose will be so clouded and convoluted that you don't even know what you're doing and you're not helping people at that point. And you just touched on so many good points with that. I mean, so many good points. I remember the conversation that we had, and it
Oh,
was, when was it? You left your job in what, 2018?
mhm.
Yeah, I remember the conversation we had. I was one of the first people that Woods called. Okay, I'm honored to be in that club with her. I was one of the first people that she called, and she told me about how she had returned to work, and she was really sick. I was going to work. I was working at the clinic and running up on my breaks and seeing her in the G building. I mean, literally. And we were talking about this, and she called me and she was like, you know what? She was like, the reception that they gave me. And I'm not going to go into details about it. And we were just like, you got to do what you got to do.
I'm
And
out of here like
she was like, D, I'm leaving. She was like, I don't know what that looks like. She was like, but the Lord told me that it's time to go. And I was like, at first, I'm like scared for her. I'm like, oh my God. So she's going to really leave her job. She going to really, wow. When you got the employee mentality, she really going to leave her job. But then I had to switch to my business hat on. She trusts God.
that's it.
God tells her to do it. He got her. And I tell you, that conversation, I mean, just totally changed the trajectory of both of our lives. It gave me hope, but to see you just branch out. So you started your business with ACN. You brought people like me and others into your business. And you are now regional vice president.
Mhm.
Is that what it is? Yes. Tell us how you went from leaving your job, not knowing how this is going to plan out, to now being a regional vice president with hundreds, possibly thousands of people underneath you now?
Mindset. That was it. Because at first, when I got started, I knew that, okay, I know I need to get this bonus. I done put this money out here in this universe, and let's get this back. And I'm very transparent because it was one of my good friends that I went to high school with that changed my business. I was getting people in the business. It wasn't hard to talk to people about an opportunity. You know, it's crazy. Like I said, we do it every day. Cook our meals, take our showers, make phone calls, protect ourselves and our families. We can get paid off of it, get these bills for free. I'm down like 4 flat tires. However, when I first got started, I was still an employee. I was listening to my mentor. I was doing exactly what he told me to do. But when people would get started, it was kind of like sending them off to training. Okay, now go, go, go. Go ahead, make it happen. Shoot, 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 shoot. I don't need it. So I didn't handle my business the same way because I was still thinking like an employee. The 6 inches in between my ears hadn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that hat, you know. And then when I started to care about other people, because what happened is we did something called Midnight Madness. We still do it. And there's a financial gain to be in Midnight Madness, like big money, thousands upon thousands of dollars. And I got upset about something because it wasn't going the way that I wanted to go. So I'm like, I'm bouncing, you know, forget y'all, you know, I'm out. And so my girlfriend, her name is Audrey Allenby, she said, you just gonna leave me in here? You just gonna leave me to the group? Like, and I was like, you are independent. It's a IBO, independent business owner. You can do it. You don't need me to. And the employee in me was like when anybody else left, I wasn't packing my bags to go behind them. You could still be here and do it too. And I'm telling you, I gave her some choice words that, you know, we had to have a whole conversation with God when it was over with. And like, just go for it. Like, dang, like, stop being lazy and quit depending on me. And she was like, I'm not. You introduced me to this business. And like, I knew what I was saying to her wasn't even correct. It wasn't of God, but I was living in my flesh and I was upset and I wanted things to go my way and so forth and so on. So when everything boiled down to it, the Lord said, it's your fault. You're not helping people. You're more interested in what you just said, DT. You're more interested in getting this money and bouncing. Because I was like, I didn't come here to be nobody's friend. This is business for me. I came here to get this bag, secure the bag, and bounce. I wasn't trying to be nobody's friend. And the Lord said, well, then you in the wrong business, because this is a business of service. You have to be of service to people. Yes, everybody not always going to be happy. It ain't always be. It's crazy to me. I'm going to tell you, this is so funny. Somebody will sign up for like the gas and electricity, then they be like, oh, my bill went up. Not knowing that it's a variable rate and it's on the New York Stock Exchange, but now it's my fault. You know, I'm like, come on. So I had to understand that. Some people are going to save money and be extremely happy. Some people, no matter what happens, are not going to be happy. Some people are going to be overjoyed. It's just what it is. But the Lord said, you still have to deal with people. So I had to learn how to hang around people, DT. I had to learn how to hang around people that wanted more, wanted to do more, were not afraid of telling me because of who I am, which is what I thought, you know, oh, I'm Nichole Woods. So who care about that? And, you know, wasn't afraid to be real with me because it's called love. Having a conversation with my sister and she like, hold on. We was in the same room getting chicken pox together. Calm down. Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. Okay, what was we saying again? You know, just people who really love me, who wanted to see me succeed, and then helping other people. People, you know, get started in any business when it's anything of network marketing because of the person that introduced them, or it could be the money that looks attractive as first. But when you got a huge reason why you're doing something, like your daddy said, I make money, it don't make me.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be 19 cents or $19,000. It don't matter. When you live it on purpose and in purpose, it does not matter.
Doesn't matter.
And that's what I had to find. And when I found that, my business took off. My mother became, well, no, it wasn't my mother at first. One of the young ladies I met through Brianna's school. Our kids went to school go to school together still. Her name is Susan Roebuck. Susan Roebuck became a regional director in my business. Her sorority sister became one of the fastest regional directors in our organization. My mother became a regional director. My girlfriend Audrey Alamy became a regional director. It's just my business started to take off, and it was because I understood the value of being a service to people. And that's not always ACN. Some people may have gotten in that business so they can understand and realize what it's like to talk to people more openly and be transparent. Some people got into the business because they love having fun and going on all the different trips that they give, or that they, allow us to take. Some people get involved so they can be closer to people. It's not always about the services that we offer. Now, of course, that's what I'm going to promote, because if you don't promote your business properly, it's a hobby, and hobbies are expensive. So no matter what you do, you better have a game plan, and you better attack it. So when I got my 6 inches in between my ears right, I started hanging around different people. I started reading different books. I started watching different movies. I got closer and my face on the ground with the Lord. I was in prostrate so much I didn't even know if I could stand up. When I got myself together, I was able to do things differently, to help people differently, and to live differently. And so it was a shift. And I learned how to mind my own business in the process while helping you mind yours.
Come on. Come on. Now, you said something really, really, really profound in that as well. You started hanging around different people. That changed your whole mindset. Your whole environment changes when you hang around people that, and I say this all the time, hang around the people who are better than you. Don't be intimidated by hanging out with somebody that has more than you. Those are the ones that's going to take you to the next level. Okay. I have always had friends that were of higher caliber than me.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I wanted to go to the next level. And somebody who's at my level or below my level cannot take me to the next level.
It's like asking somebody bald how to grow hair. Like, what are we doing?
Exactly. So that's number one. You got to hang around the people. I can't stress this enough. You got to hang around the people with the fruit on the tree that you are willing to eat from. Is your fruit healthy? Is the trunk of your tree that you hanging out with, is it healthy or is it rotten and it's dying and decaying?
Yeah.
Everything that what's happening around you right now, look at the 5 people that you hang out with, and that tells everything about how your life is and how it's going to be. The second thing, reading is so important. To read books. What's your favorite book?
I got a couple. So one of my favorite books is The Greatest Networker in the World. And people think, oh yeah, because you're in network marketing. It is a network marketing book, but it has nothing to do with network marketing. It's by John Milton Fogg. I just talked about it, and every time I say it, then I forget to look it up. I forget it because I just read it. It's by Miles Monroe. It's called The Power and Principles of Vision. I think that's it. Another book is The Alchemist, and I like The Four Agreements as well. But it's funny that you would say that, because if you are the only person that knows everything in your group, you're gonna be bored.
Come
and then they
on.
gonna know it all, and you showing off, and you trying to always tell them, and so forth and so on. So I like to hang around people where I'm engaged and I'm engulfed, and I'm wowed by the fact that they know different things that I need to know, or that they have something that I want to get, and I figure out to ask a question. You better have one. Leave with a nugget.
Come on.
And that could be from anybody. My little nephew, my great nephew, he's 5. He's with me today. And he taught me something today, and he's 5. And I'm like, wow, CJ, what? And then we laugh because I got a saying that I always say. He said, you got something from it? And I said, I got something from it. And he said, get on down, because that's my favorite saying, get on down. He's like, get on down, TT. But you can learn from anyone.
Yes.
Play the nuggets. Don't want to be the smartest one in the room.
Right. And that's a powerful nugget, because some people thrive on being the smartest person. Their conversation even reflects that I have more knowledge than you, and I'm better than you. Go sit down somewhere, because guess what? That doesn't mean that you're going to go higher than the people that's in the room.
Mm-mm.
So that is powerful right there. Don't, man, right. If you are the smartest person in the room, you got to elevate your surroundings. You got
Yeah.
to change who you are around. And then
Mhm.
also prayer.
You better.
Listen, that prostrate, I listen. I had to go buy another prayer mat. I wore my prayer mat out.
Listen.
Okay? For
It,
real.
it's crazy. People, it's the lack of prayer too. I was getting so busy in my business, and the Lord was providing and leading me and guiding me, and I was helping other people be successful. And I took the time to stop spending time with him, because I'm like, oh wait, I'm busy and I got to make sure I help such and such. And and I got to X, Y, and Z. And okay, Lord, I know I'm supposed to, but if you just, and I put him on the back burner. I'm like, hold on. It was like we was courting heavy, and he had asked me to marry him, but now what, we didn't have a date. And I got
Mm,
bored with him, and I know he always gonna be here because he my boo. And and I just really told him to kick rocks with flip-flops without saying it, by not spending the time that I should with him. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. I watched my business start to dissipate. People still in and doing what they need to do, but it wasn't the same. I stopped spending the same time with him, and I watched my business slowly take a decline because I was putting other things before him. And we know we got a jealous God. He said, not
mm,
before me. Not before me. I started you know, arguing with my husband. And it would be stuff that would be frivolous. And he'd be like, why was we even, and because I had the
love
need
that.
to be right and wasn't staying in God's face, because, he's like, okay, Nichole, okay, well, I get it. It's okay. It's, like you say, I'll wait, and so it was crazy. And I realized me not spending the time with the Lord was affecting my family. I'm
Yeah.
asking my daughter to pray with me, and she like, why we got to pray? What? Hold on. What just happened? Or you just pray. I don't want to. And I'm like, because I was no longer living the life that God designed for me. And I felt like I had arrived, I had made it. This is the life that I'm now creating for myself. He said, I'm gonna show you, sis. I'm gonna show you. You my bride. I'm gonna show you for sure. And we went from being engaged and heavily courting to me trying to get him to pick up Jesus on the main line. What? I felt like it was disconnected. I was like, oh my goodness. So I had to get my prayer life in order and not be afraid of, guess what? You getting your prayer life in order. That means you're still going to lose some things because they should have never been there.
Come on.
Simpleton. But you put
Come
them
on.
before me. So now you got to reset. You got to restart. It's refresh all over again. But it's okay, because if you follow my will, my way, and my commandments, I'll bless you even greater than I blessed you the first time. So
Yes.
that prayer life is important. That prayer life is special. It's special.
Yes. It is. I mean, it's intimate conversation. It's I don't know why so many people, I'm discovering that so many people, I don't want to say they're afraid of prayer, but they feel like it's some kind of ritualistic ordeal. And it's not.
It's a
I mean,
conversation.
it's a conversation. It's like me and my husband having a conversation with each other. Guess what? If my husband and I don't converse with each other and we don't talk, what happens? The marriage dies. The marriage goes nowhere because he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. We not talking. Look, stuff start getting disconnected because he not paying the bill. I'm not paying the bill. We not talking about who's paying the bill. Cars start getting taken. You get put out on the street. Stuff starts happening. And when we start to think about our prayer life with God like that, if you don't pray and have conversation with God, God is going to be like, all right, well, you obviously don't need me. So, because God is a gentleman. He is a gentleman. He's not going to force your hand. He's not going to pop you upside your head and be like, talk to me. He'll be like, I'm here. I've been here. I've been waiting. We're I was waiting on you. I was waiting for you to say something. And everybody just assumed, well, God knows. He knows.
He knows my heart.
He knows my heart. He knows what's happening. Okay, but he wants to know your thoughts about what's happening. Because if you're in a situation and you don't feel good about it, but you're not talking to God about it, he's going to assume that you're good with it.
Even though you're not doing nothing to say, help me help you.
Come on. He's going to assume, well, she must like this. So I'm going to just stay in my lane. I know my role. You know, I'm going to stay in my lane.
For my help.
Come on. Now, when she or he decide to come and talk, I'm here, but I'm not, I mean, and prayer is just with anything, with your business, with your life, prayer is so important. It is the foundation to everything that we do. I mean, it is. So we are like an hour in.
Dang, okay.
I told you, girl, I told you when the conversation get good, we plan for 30 minutes. It might go an hour. I just move the way it moves. So you are also a speaker.
Yeah.
You are a very good speaker too.
And don't even like to speak. Give me some jacks and some solitaire. I'm in my element.
Listen, but that is so funny because people think that I like speaking. No, I'm very introverted. I speak because I have to. It's my livelihood, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm like you. I want to go home, cuddle a teddy bear, and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
In my leggings.
Yeah, I can do some flip flops and some shorts and HGTV. Love to list it. I'm good.
Come on.
Food Network. Well, I'm good. Oh man.
Come on. So let's talk about what you got coming up next.
Oh, y'all see, you popped that thing right on into view. Okay.
Yeah, you know them IT skills, girl.
Yeah.
It's also, just so y'all know, this is also International Cybersecurity Month too. I know. I was like, wow.
You would know that. Me, I wouldn't know.
I'm just saying. I was like, wow, who knew?
They had a thing.
Right. Exactly. A whole month. Like I've been getting emails about it. I was like, this is cool. I've been going to the cybersecurity summits that they've been doing. Yeah, that's my lane. That's my jam right there.
I'll let you share it with me.
So you have been doing these intimate chats. So I went to the first one was it in August or September?
September.
Absolutely.
No, it was August.
It was August? Okay, it was August. Absolutely amazing chat. So you have another one coming up. All right, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, so it's actually this upcoming Sunday. That's the 16th. And it's something because I've been speaking to women and just really empowering each other on how to be our best versions of ourselves. One thing that I found that when I became a wife and a mother, I got good at that. That was my niche. That was my thing. And, I had a system in place for when I got home from work, how to get this homework done and these dishes and this food on the table and so forth. And as I began and I continued, and then I started even with my ACN business. And so I worked on something, but I was still losing myself. I was like you said, who the heck is Nichole Woods? And so I didn't know who she was anymore because not even in the sense of what had happened to me when I was younger, that I chose not to tell the truth, or I chose to be who somebody wanted me. I had chosen like you have to do this. You have to complete this out. Wait for, Brianna, that's our youngest, to graduate. Then you can, or, I wasn't looking like, Nichole, you can still do X, Y, and Z. And I was always doing something else, but I was still lost. No real purpose. And so this is a platform and a vehicle for women to be able to see and to recognize and to come to their best selves, and to be able to network with other women and find out different things about each other, keep a connection, And so if somebody told me, man, this was on time, this was for me, and I was thinking to myself, man, I did it and it was for me. I was like, oh my goodness,
listen,
I was blessed, And so this upcoming Sunday on the 16th, I have a young lady. Her name is Robin Barnwell. She is a $1 Million Baby with Mary Kay. And so somebody said, oh, well, of course, you're only doing network marketing, people. Nope, not it at all. DT will be on there as well. We got Yvonne Pointer. It's a young lady by the name of Mrs. Denise Marsh. So many people that will be gracing our platform. But we're gonna change it from the fireside chat to her story. I want to be able to hear her story. I want to know where she came from. So, it just so happens that, yes, Robin Barnwell does Mary Kay, but it's really about, not just strutting your pretty on the outside. You can be as amazingly gorgeous on the outside, and your inside is demonic. It's
come on.
It's nasty. You can put on all the makeup in the world, but when you smile, you still don't exude happiness. You can be going through some things that nobody has a clue about, but you always putting on a pretty face. So it's really just about manifesting from the inside. Not even so much the outside, from the inside. And Robin Barnwell has a story about that that's truly amazing. It just so happens that she uses the platform of Mary Kay to help you figure out what it is on the inside and make you look better on the outside too. So I think it's going to be super phenomenal. You do have to RSVP for it. So please, please, please do so. Seating is limited. I looked at the numbers, and we're well over 75% in capacity, but we want to be able to reach the masses, and we love the connection, and still do, because of COVID. It's not a super duper huge platform and a outing where we're just going to have everybody there. Not yet. Winter's coming, and these numbers going up and down and all around. So we want to still make sure that everybody stays safe, but we can still connect and be of like mind. And just really the goal of this right here is it's a ministry for me. It's a ministry for me. I want to help people be the best version of themselves. And I got from a really good friend of mine who in my ACN business, his name is John Twyman. He's a pastor, as a matter of fact. And he said the goal is to make Jesus famous. And I'm like, man, I'm giving you credit all the way mine. I got shirts and hats that say it, but that's the goal. I adopted that ministry, and it has been working in my favor, allowing people to see through me Jesus Christ. So this got to be right. This got to be right. Everything that I do got to be right. And I didn't say perfect either. Has to be right. We all make mistakes. We all fall short of glory. There's no one perfect.
Yes.
No stones to throw at your glass house, because I got cracks in mine, and I threw the rocks. So I mean, I don't have no place to put you in. But I love this ministry. I love this form right here. If it wasn't for my good friend who I watched grow, like legit. Watch grow. Y'all, I don't know if y'all been on here, she told her story. It's amazing. It's amazing, from the things that she went through growing up, not, knowing if she was good enough. Am I really supposed to be somebody's wife? Am I really supposed to be somebody's friend? Am I really supposed to be this amazing with my coworkers? Am I really supposed to have this job? If, Lord, did you really want me to go through this and to do this and to go to school and to work on my ministry I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be Dr. Taylor real soon. Lord, did you really, really, really? And he was saying, daughter, I've been telling you this the whole time. It's real. Them tears real. That's real.
It blows
but
my
you got to
mind.
be open, don't it?
It blows my mind. I listen, and I'm trying my best not to cry. I really am. Because now I done turned 44 and I'm a big crybaby now. I
Uh-oh.
don't know what big crybaby now. But
Wait till
when
you
I tell you, if it wasn't for phenomenal women like Nichole Woods, her mama Donna Nelson, Dr. Yvonne Pointer, and other women that have come into my life and poured into me at some of the worst times of my life. See, they knew me. Y'all know the Deanna Moore Taylor with the husband, the cute chocolate, handsome husband, Leonard Taylor.
to say
Y'all
that.
know that girl. But very few people know the Deanna Moore, the Deanna Jean Moore, who almost took her life because she didn't feel like she was worthy, who went through multiple levels of mistreatment, abuse, all of that. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, people don't know that girl, but the ones that know that girl and are still rocking with me today, like Nichole Woods, man, listen, forever indebted to you, forever grateful to you for just being real and being just being an amazing sister and person, getting me all the way together when I needed to get together and loving me. You talk about cracks in your glass house. I got gunshots. I got bullet holes in my glass house. Okay.
Right.
Real talk. Like, you be like, man, did you live in South Central? Did you live like where this glass house been?
Right.
For real.
I'll be back when you get it fixed. I'll be
Like,
I'll be over
for real. Like, oh man, you got gunshots.
here.
Oh, you
Mm,
got grenades that came through your window. Man, I'm
right.
telling you. You look at my glass house. I am very slow. I don't judge because listen, you open that closet of mine, you be like, oh Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
for real. And but it's platforms like these, the chat, the fireside chats, the intimate chats, where you know what, we all just said, you know what, we're gonna take off the makeup. And Robin Barnwell is an absolutely extraordinary woman. When you meet her and she tell you her story, Robin shouldn't be here. But by the grace of God,
Only God. Mm.
he brought her back literally from the dead. Literally. I mean, she tells her story and you just like, oh my gosh. And like you said, you see this multi-million dollar, $1 million baby, Mary Kay, but the stuff that she went through, I mean, it just makes you love her even more because she didn't let it stop her from, she understood her assignment and she kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, when you are in the midst of adversity, because it's going to happen. I mean, if you're not in adversity right now, I hate to tell you, babes, get ready because life happens. But how you deal with it and how you deal with adversity and decide to overcome it is what makes the victory so much sweeter. And I just thank you, sis. I thank you
You
for
are
being an overcomer. I thank you for not allowing life to stop you from understanding your assignment. You understood and understand the assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you the stage to give us your final words. It can be about whatever. Your parting words of wisdom, they could be, you know, hey, this, you know, this is my part of my story and this is how I overcame, whatever it is. Just some parting words for
man.
our peeps.
Some parting words is have a plan in place. Have a plan in place. And if you don't know what you want your life to look like, if you don't know what it is that you really want to do, if you're thinking, oh man, I want to mind my business, I do, but I don't really want a business. I don't want the overhead, or I don't want the hassle. I don't care if you're doing network marketing, if you're selling socks, if you got an answer for cancer, whatever it is, just figure out what your purpose is and trust God. That's it. Trust God and know and understand that He's going to lead the way. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Understand that everybody's not going to be on your team and everybody's not supposed to be. There's going to be some people that are going to walk you through. There's going to be some people that's going to try to drag you through because you're going to be tired. There's going to be, some days where it's going to be some amazing highs and it's going to be some amazing lows. But trust God and understand that there's a process in place. And when you trust Him, it doesn't matter if it looks like this. It doesn't even matter. You know that it's a journey. And I tell people, get out of the instant gratification mode. Some people's stuff does just pop off and happen, and then for others it doesn't. But it's your journey. And if the time is coming anyway, and you know what you want to do, trust God and follow the process. That's it. Stay in His face. You remember how it was, ladies, when you had that boo and you just really, really, like me and my husband. That's my boo. Like, he's so dope. And when we was dating, I was always up in his face. Call, you miss me? How you doing? Da, 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 da. Do that to God. Try that. Try being aggressive with Him. Give Him some goals. Tell Him, hey, God, this is what I want to be able to have happen. And I know that you can show me how to do it. Where in the Bible does it say that I can accomplish this? And because I know that there's nowhere where it says I can't. He didn't build us to be lack thereof. Some people think that you can't have a lot of money because then that means you're not closer to God. That's not what it means. As a matter of fact, he builds on abundance. He wants you to have it. He says so you won't have room enough to receive it. He didn't say that your window was only going to open up this much. He wants to pour out a blessing. So trust Him, trust the process, and mind your business. That's it.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Mind your business. Stay in prayer. Build your relationship with God. Find your purpose. Stay in your lane. Whew. I took notes. I'm just letting you know because, some of this stuff I need to ponder on with some things and some decisions and some things happening right now in my life. And this was very good. This was very helpful. It helped me tremendously. And Woods, I want to thank you for sharing your evening with us, for this very amazing, intimate conversation. Remember, everybody, intimate chat with Nichole and with Robin happening next Sunday, October 16th at 3 p.m. RSVP, the number is on the tickler below. It's at 75% capacity. I guarantee you, probably by the end of this evening, that phone is going to blow up and it's going to be sold out. You do not want to be in a place. And also verify, sis, that I've RSVP'd. I think I did.
You did.
I did. Okay. Because I don't want to be told you cannot come into the inn because there's no room for you. I don't want to be told that because I'm that sister. I'm holy with a hen of hood. I'm just saying. Told you my glass house got bullet holes in them. Okay.
No, I know. With a hint. Okay, there you
with
go.
A hen of hood. That means pray for me. Don't play with me. Okay.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. All right, Mama said that yes, thank you, Mama. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't want to be like, listen, I'm gonna sit right here in this corner and listen to this chat. Sit on the floor, okay?
Like a seat. I'm sitting on your lap. I'm listening to this chat.
Come on, why you talking?
Oh, like go.
Cause I'll do it too. I will do it. I will come and sit on your lap, hold the mic like this.
Go.
For real, talk Woods, talk. Oh my gosh, this has been an amazing evening. Sis, thank you so much for coming on and sharing a little bit more about who you are with us. I hope everybody is motivated and ready to go. We created this platform for Sunday night specifically to help us get over, some of us, the Monday morning blues, which starts around 8 o'clock p.m. on a Sunday evening. So hopefully this gives you your jump start that you need to do what you got to do this week. You can start off your week tomorrow fresh with these nuggets. And last piece of advice that I give anybody: begin with the end in mind. You figure that out for yourself, but begin with the end in mind. I am your host, Deanna Moore Taylor. Thank you for signing on for another episode of Dear Lydia Soulful Sunday Conversations. We will see you in 2 weeks for another soulful conversation as we continue to celebrate all of the festivities for the month of October, including Cybersecurity Awareness Month. I might find somebody in cybersecurity to be the guest. I'm just saying. It's a very interesting conversation, Woods. It's a very interesting topic. Don't sleep on cybersecurity, okay? Love you all. Have a great evening. And like we always say, until next time, Lydia. Good night.